Hello, good morning, Holla and Holla advocates.
Hello ma'am, we are from Vakeela Vaahini team. We want to interview Uday Holla sir. Can I get an appointment?
1 second, sir. I will tell you. Yes. So it's time to 11 to 11:30, sir, is given.
Thank you ma'am.
Welcome, sir.
Uday Holla, a renowned and noted name in the field of legal fraternity, was born to Sri B.P. Holla and Srimati Vakeela Holla on 11th Jan 1951. Mr. Holla spent his childhood days in Mangaluru and later shifted to Bengaluru as his late father, Sri B.P. Holla, shifted his practice from Mangaluru District Court to High Court of Karnataka. Mr. Holla hails from an illustrious family of lawyers wherein his grandfather, Sri B.M. Holla, was a famous lawyer in Kundapur. In 1961, Mr. Holla joined the prestigious National College, where he was influenced by the teachings of the noted teacher Sri H. Narasimhaya. Thereafter, following the footsteps of his father and grandfather, Mr. Holla obtained his law degree from Sri Jagadguru Renukacharya College of Law by securing first rank in LLB examination. Started his law practice in 1973, Mr. Holla gradually started to become popular through his court appearances and arguments. Over a period of time, Mr. Holla not only had created trust in the minds of court but had equally developed his clientele. Mr. Holla has appeared and represented several celebrities, politicians, prestigious organizations, and noted institutions. Mr. Holla takes the credit of being appointed as the Advocate General for the state of Karnataka on several occasions. Mr. Holla not only a legal luminary, but he is also a great karate player and spends a few hours daily on yogasanas. He was designated as a senior advocate during the year 2004 by the full court of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka. Mr. Holla extends his affiliation and several non-governmental organizations and contributed to the downtrodden and the have-nots in the society. His contribution to the legal field is impeccable and commendable. He has argued hundreds of matters of public importance and has ensured that the societal interest is given utmost importance over individual interest. 2023 marks the Golden Jubilee celebration of Mr. Holla's 50 glorious years of legal practice. Mr. Holla is married to Srimati Maya Holla and have a son by the name Vivek and daughter-in-law Indra Ramesh, and all of them are lawyers. Tara and Swara are the granddaughters. Mr. Holla has gained immense appreciation of his contribution to the legal field by several stalwarts in the fraternity. Team Vakeela Vaahini wishes Sri Uday Holla more successful years of legal journey coupled with health, wealth and happiness.
Sir, may we come in?
Bani.
Thank you, sir. ಕೂತ್ಕೊ.
So very good morning to you, sir. This is Vakeela Vaahini team. As you know, we were just a bi-monthly magazine, but now, sir, we have recently started our YouTube channel, and we are so privileged to be here, sir, to cross-examine you. Sir, you would definitely disagree, but I am certain to say these words, sir. You are a living legend, a legal luminary, and a stalwart. 50 glorious years of legal practice. And were you certain, or did you even have a hint, sir, that you would land up here as a big name in the legal fraternity?
My ambition has always been to become a lawyer, because I saw my grandfather, who was a lawyer practicing in Kundapur, which was a part of Dakshina Kannada district, a poor area where people would come with tears in their eyes to him, saying that they are being thrown out of their house, of their land, with their problems. And he would take the case, and after some time, he would get them relief, and when they come back with such beaming smile, that inspired me to say that, to think that lawyer's profession is that profession where you will be able to wipe out the tears of the citizens. And therefore I resolved at a young age that I must become a lawyer and follow my grandfather's footsteps.
So nice, sir. Sir, could you just say a few words about your childhood, sir?
I was in Mangalore, born in Mangalore. We were there till the age of 10, shifted to Bangalore. Started schooling here. I was in National College, did my BSc. I wanted to do BSc because Dr. Narsimaya was the principal there. And being a Gandhian, one of the most principled of teachers and citizens that I have ever seen, I wanted to do my BSc and then do my law. So I did that BSc degree in National College, then joined Law College in Renukacharya Law College. Then I did my LLM there itself. In fact, I got a scholarship in Stanford. I was about to go. Then my father said, that I'm the only son, and they were all getting old. So I decided not to go there. In fact, 2005 as Advocate General, I had the privilege of going to Stanford, and they made me speak. And I said, look at the destiny. I was to come here as a student, now I have come as a speaker. Well, that's life, I suppose.
Right. Sir, could you say a few words about your family, sir, present family?
I have my wife. 50% of our success of all lawyers is to be given to their spouses or their mothers, who have taken care of their entire needs, permitted them to pursue their passion in law. I have a son, I have an endearing daughter. Both son and my daughter-in-law are, I don't have a daughter, but I have a daughter-in-law who's, both of whom are lawyers. I have 2 grandchildren.
Now, sir, you have so many lawyers in your family. Your wife is a lawyer, your son is a lawyer, your daughter-in-law is a lawyer. So how do you feel that? Is a plus point or is a drawback?
Your father is also a lawyer, and your grandfather is also a lawyer.
Well, my son is practicing. My wife, I had another son who was not well, so she took care of him. He was with us for about 30 years. So she had to devote herself to take care of him, and therefore she was not able to devote herself fully to the profession of law. My daughter-in-law, the moment they get children, they have to take care of their children. So she also has not been coming to the office. More than anything else, I have juniors whose interest is more important to me than my own son's interest or my daughter-in-law's interest. Because I have always believed that my juniors must come up, and I must not be I must not be accused of nepotism. And I've always believed in that, both in principle and in practice.
Sir, all being family, all the family members being lawyers, in the family life, is there any disadvantage, sir?
In fact, I would say that it is advantageous because they know that the lawyer's profession is a full-time profession, 24 into 7, 365 days. So therefore, when you go home at 12 o'clock in the night or 1 o'clock in the night, they still welcome you with a smile, feed you, and that's the advantage that you have.
Correct. Can you also say something about your college days at Law College, Bangalore?
Yes, I was the law, Renukacharya, Sri Renuka, Jagadguru Renukacharya Law College.
Yes.
I was the college secretary, fully devoted myself to activities of the association, Students' Union. But then, despite all that, I did not neglect my studies. And I got first class and first rank in LLB also.
LLB also.
That ultimately is because of your own efforts. So is this profession. If you put in efforts, you are bound to succeed and reach the top.
Sir, I'm curious to ask something else. I would like to know you as an angry young man with a hippie haircut and that student life.
I suppose, I didn't have a hippie haircut, but it was quite a heady days when you had a lot of enthusiasm. You thought, you could change the world, that you were an angry young man looking at all the ills that ail the society. But then over the years, you realize that world is so full of problems that it's not just possible to, be angry and then, do nothing about it. And in your own way, try and do something to help the society. In fact, the moment I started my practice, first thing I believed was that wherever it is possible, help others. And I have always believed that donations are a necessary ingredient of one's life. And wherever it is possible, I have started donating to orphanages. I have been associated with the orphanages, old age homes. Yes, my contribution may be minuscule, but every individual, if he does it, I'm sure the world will be a better world.
Sir, your father was a lawyer, grandfather was a lawyer. You also said that they were the motivation for you. If they were not the lawyers, would you have been a lawyer, sir?
I suppose, if they were not lawyers, I don't know, I may not have been a lawyer. Because you get inspired by people. Maybe, during my younger days, we were staying in Mangalore in a rented house. Our house owner was the neighbor, he was a doctor. And we were like family, we used to call him as Ajja, grandfather.
Yes.
And maybe, I would have become a doctor if I didn't choose this profession. I don't know. See, your perceptions change,
correct,
your goals change over the period, and you get inspired by people. So it all depends upon, those factors.
So where were you living in Mangalore, sir? Which place in Mangalore?
We were in Kodiyalbail, Mangalore, near CPC, that is a transport company. In fact, that house has become an old age home. And I am also associated with it because it belonged to the owners. They donated it and they have made an old age home.
Sir, how did you manage this paradigm shift from a student and becoming a lawyer and then a successful lawyer, then a senior advocate, then a couple of times, I think you have held the Advocate General post for more than 3 times and you are the only advocate to hold that post for so many number of times. How did you manage all this?
Well, initial stages of every lawyer is full of frustration, of penury, In fact, my pride wouldn't permit me to ask money from my father. You know, initially during our days, 70s, when you started your practice, you didn't have money in your pocket. And my pride wouldn't permit me to ask money from my father. And I have sold first day covers, my collection of first day covers in the post office here for want of money. More than anything else, what happens is in the initial stages, you will have small cases, 25 rupees court fee, 100 rupees court fee. You have never asked money from your own father. So how do you ask from the client? So I have paid the court fee from my pocket. And the client thinks that, well, you know, let us pay it, you know, at the end of the case
is over.
Which is probably after 2 years, 3 years. So it's a question of struggle, lot of frustration. But then all that teaches you better values of life. You know what are the travails of a litigant, what are the travails of an ordinary citizen. It makes you a better human being. In fact, I didn't have, my father was a stickler. He wouldn't give me his cases because he believed that the clients came to him, and if I, in the initial stage, handle the case and spoil the case, the client will be in difficulty. So he didn't give me a pocket full of money, he didn't give me work. But thanks to him, I struggled, and that made me a better human being, made me a better lawyer. I had to struggle, came up.
So that means that you have faced a lot of challenges in life, in your professional life.
Definitely, I didn't have any godfathers. Our family, you know, in fact, when my son had to join a school, he went to a particular school, you know, they said, you know, well, it's not possible. Then I said, I'll put him into municipal school, there's no problem. We have always believed that we must be transparent in our dealings and never stretch your hand for something.
So somewhere vaguely I remember this, at a point of time you went to your mom and you asked, I want to join a bank. Is that true?
Yes. What happened was, I didn't have work, didn't have money in my pocket. Difficult days. As I said, you know, I have sold my first day cover collections in the post office. So my uncle, my mother's elder brother was the chairman of the Karnataka Bank. Once I told her, you know, can you please ask him to, because I didn't have the pride even to go and ask him. Can you please ask him to give me a job in clerk's job in the bank? She didn't do it, and thanks to her, I have struggled and come up. I suppose, you know, that's the life of every lawyer that in India. In fact, those of you who have read Roses in December by MC Chagla, Justice MC Chagla, he says, he was also, as the Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, he was also the Chancellor of the Bombay University. He says one young man came and sought permission to use the university library. He said, I was so thrilled. He was a lawyer, a young lawyer, wanting to use the university library. I permitted him, and he was none other than Palkiwala is what he says. And Palkiwala was one of the greatest lawyers that India had. So this is the struggle that everybody has gone through. And as I said, you know, that teaches you better values, makes you a better human being, makes you a better lawyer also.
So do you remember your first client, first fees and first appearance in the court?
I was initially with Shri C.B. Mote was a criminal lawyer. You know, you're always inspired by Perry Mason.
Yes.
So I joined his office. After 6 months, I had to leave the office because I started getting small work, small injunction suits and all that. And once, you know, in his own office, some client gave me 100 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
I went and gave it back. I went to the senior and told him, sir, here it is, please take it. He said, no, keep it. I was extremely thrilled because 100 rupees was the first fee that I got.
First appearance in the court?
I have appeared in
what was your feeling at the time?
Munsif's court, got one injunction order. Yes, definitely, you know, when you are able to get an order on behalf of a client, and that too, you know, it is the initial stage where the first appearance that you go before the court, it gives you an enormous amount of thrill. It's like, you know, the first fees, even if it is 10 rupees
Correct.
or 100 rupees,
Correct.
the thrill that you get, the satisfaction you get is far greater than, you know, the thrill or satisfaction that even now, you know, even if you get a lakhs of rupees.
Correct. And 100 rupees was not a small amount then.
Yes.
I think you're talking
1973.
1972. 73.
I started my practice on 15th
When was
of
your
June,
enrollment, sir?
15th of June 1973.
15th of June 1973.
14th the results came. 15th I
morning.
enrolled myself.
Sir, shall we have a tea break and come back?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.